Yo, what's going on, Battlefielders? My name is Battlefield 4, and this is some Pwn Star gameplay. Today, I am using the Siege of Shanghai on the map M26 Mass. Woo! Yeah, so much mindfuckery in that one, right, guys? How you doing? I'm using some equipment. Felt like doing this. Because I was one of those guys that had massive respect for the Dart and the Mass and all that good stuff. I even made a montage way back in the day called the M26 Massacre. And, I know, clever play of words. I know. And I loved the gun. I felt it was an extremely underused piece of equipment because who doesn't want something that can, you know, add an extra up-close and personal aggressive type, I guess, fallback in your playstyle. If ever need be and you run out of ammo, you know you're in close quarters, and instead of becoming somebody's bish, you actually have the opportunity to have a close quarters item. Now, let's talk a little bit about the M26 in this one. It is slightly better from my experience, and I used it a lot. I probably switched over to Dart because it was slightly better in Battlefield 3, and of course the slug was just slug. Come on, slug. And I loved it. So, the M26 was heavily underestimated. Now, what makes this thing so beast is because it's on par with many other shotguns in the game. Is it as good as the 870? No. But if the 870 was like a 20, this is like a 19. Like, it's that close. It's like right up on it, like, oh, I'm right here. And it's just got this presence. You need to understand that if you're running around and you need something to fall back on using the AK-12, and you want to, you can rely and trust in the M26 because it technically is another primary. You just have to get the mindset together like, yo, I got a shotgun. Why am I using a fully auto in close quarters? Come on now. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. So you have something at your disposal. Now, the one thing I will teach you is that the hip fire on this thing is extremely unreliable. I spent about the first game or so trying to do the hip fire thing just to test the waters, see if it wanted to obey me. And it didn't. It really did not. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying I'd say a good percentage. 4 out of every 5 times I hip fire, it's not a one-shot kill, even if I'm right up on the guy. And that's just, you know what I mean? It's just uncomfortable. But if you ADS, this thing picks up like an extra accurate 10 meters. It's an incredibly potent weapon and can be used as a primary. You know, I often find myself, you know, when I'm not trying to specifically record gameplay, I tried using this alongside another weapon in the category, used the M26 as my primary, and when need be, long-term situations, I was on the roof, so on and so forth, I would actually whip out the gun, the fully auto, the one with the bullets in it. Yeah, that one. And it was good. Now, you top that on top of the fact that not only is this gun almost as good as the actual 870 and the QSB in the game, but it's also got an insanely decent rate of fire. You stack up the top that it's got some nice little iron sights on top of it to go with it, and you queue up the fact that it reloads in one little quick, I'd say it's about 2 seconds to reload the thing entirely, which is what gives it an advantage over the other shotguns in the game. So, again, I want to urge you guys to consider using this thing. I think it's just a matter of time before people start using the shotguns once they have them unlocked, when they find out exactly how dangerous it is. And everybody's just going to be running around with shotguns and masses and USBs and 870s. A big old fuster cluck of people just running around only using shotguns. I'm calling it right now, guys. Give it to day 3. And you're going to want to not have to deal with it ever again. You're going to be buck-fucked so hard, you're not going to be able to walk. It's just going to happen. So you got to prepare yourselves for what's going to happen. I'm calling it right now. The thing that's going to change in domination is it's going to become almost remotely shotgun only. It's just my thing. I mean, people are going to use different guns because they want to level up and stuff, but you're going to see a magical growth in use of something like the M26 Mass. Yes, I was trying to make the shot that long. I'm not sure. I haven't done my research yet on what guns are supposed to come out in the game. I have this thing. I have lots of things. I have a big thing if you want to see, but I really have this thing where I like to experience things raw. You know what I mean? I just want to deal with it. I never did any research on Battlefield 4. I talked about what I'd like. You know, I'd hype it up, get excited for it, like, oh, it'd be cool if I saw this in this game. I hope they have this in the game. But I never do any research on it because I want to experience it raw, like how it used to be back in the day. I don't want to know what guns are in the game. I don't know what the maps are in there. I don't want to know about the vehicles. I like to just go in there and experience it so that my opinions aren't altered or impacted by anyone else's. So, I hope that, you know, the dart and the slug and the other things are going to be in here, but I do. I'm predicting that there's going to be a heavy change. What we're experiencing right now in the beta, similar to how it was in BF3, is probably going to be nothing like what we're going to be dealing with in the full retail version of Battlefield 4. So just prepare your butts, because that's not really going to be how it's going to be. If it really ends up like this, I'm going to be shocked, because a lot of the weapons are extremely strong, extremely potent, and that's generally not Battlefield style. So I think there's going to be a few tweaks. That's just my prediction of the thing, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the commentary. Feel free to look down in the description below for more videos, including a Battlefield 4 playlist, to keep up to date and watch all the goodies, all the nams. So enjoy yourselves, guys. Have a wonderful week. Get some games in. I will be on the console tomorrow, trying to give you guys a review of the console gameplay. And leave a comment down below what other stuff you'd like to see me do. So, leave a like button. Helps out a lot. Have a wonderful day. Use the mask. Go on, do it. Do it. And when the other team cries blood from their butt, tell them that Pwn sent you.